Hello, everybody. Sorry it's so dark in here. I just thought I'd see if this works and how my camera works. And see if anybody shows up. Who knows? I've had a wonderful Sunday with my husband. We were shooting a lot of videos and just having a good time. I didn't know that this was so easy to do, and hopefully I can do it again sometime. Hello, Backwoods. Law, Bruce, how are you doing? Oh my goodness, you guys are all here. Hi, Anne. Hi, you guys. Oh my goodness, it's working. I've never done this before, and I just thought I'd try it out. Of course, my camera isn't very good on this device, and the lighting's poor because it's so dark outside. Um, but I was just talking about how I had a good, fun day filming with my husband. Yeah, I just went live for the very first time just to see if it worked. And to see, I guess, who would show up and what would happen. So um, it's just kind of fun. Hello, CB. So, what are you guys all up to? How was your Sunday? Backwoods, you're up kind of late in, there in Tennessee, and Anne as well. Yes, it is fun. I remember the first time you did it, Anne. Yes, it's so nice to have the poop troop and the family like that um, that comes together. Yes, first time live. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try someday to get my husband in these lives and see how he does it. So, yeah, we were shooting. He was making his gumbo earlier today and just having a good time making gumbo and having a relaxing day. We've been doing nothing but cleaning the house um, for people to come and visit. So hopefully someday soon we can get over there to Tennessee. We might be. My husband is entertaining a office or job offer, I should say, or over in Eastern Oregon right now. So we might be taking some time, maybe I don't know, a couple more years. We'd like to go to Tennessee with a bigger war chest, and so meaning more money to build our house because what we have over there is just raw land. Even though our heart seems to be there, even though I haven't ever seen the land over there, my husband bought it without me seeing it. I knew that he was purchasing it, of course, um, but so I can't wait to see that and get on it. So everybody's saying hi to each other. That's awesome. Does anybody know if Courtney's going live tonight? Because I haven't seen her. That's why I'm up at this hour because she's usually up on a live on Sunday nights. So um, I don't want to steal her thunder and get over to her live if that's happening. Yeah, my move might be off for a bit because my husband has been looking in Tennessee, but hasn't had. It's a little harder when you're coming from this area. Um, the money that you would make on a job over here is quite different than what you would earn over there in Tennessee for the same job. And so, um, hi, Hat Creek. How are you doing today? So it might postpone us a little bit. Hi, Uncle Al. How you doing? It's good to see everybody in here. Um, so yeah, we're thinking about what we're going to do with that and what steps we're going to take forward. But when we were looking at houses in Eastern Oregon in the Bend area, um, they're even more expensive than they are here in the Portland metro area. So yeah, so it's a little bit crazy. Yes, you're still alive. That's wonderful. Uncle Al is still alive, guys. So, wow, Hat Creek, you were a busy week. Had a busy weekend. That's good to hear. But lots of stuff. We spent our weekend. We had an open house on our house on Saturday, and nobody came. It was really disheartening. It was kind of sad. So we're not getting a lot of bites on our house, and so um, we only have a contract for a month. If it doesn't sell within that time period, we might go ahead and wait until spring on our house. Well, that's good to know your wife is strong as an ox. I'm in nursing, so I do some of that. Hi, Bob. How are you? It's good to see you. I might have to get a streaming service so I can bring other people up in my lives. That would be a lot of fun. Since it's the first time I've ever done this, it's good to see everybody. Did your wife just get home, Bob? Bob's a hoot. So yeah, we're deciding what we're gonna do and you know all of that. Sell the sell to the Chinese. Uncle Al says, "Will they buy my house for more than it's worth?" That would be a lot of fun. Oh, she was home today. So Bob, what did you guys do today on your day off together? That must have been nice. One day out of seven. Yeah. I bet you your wife is working really hard. Um, is there a lot of nurses that are not working at her business anymore? Well, where she works as a nurse, because I know that there is a lot of nurses having to leave right now because of the jibby jab, as two old people like to say. Oh, that's so nice. You left her alone so she could rest. That's very sweet of you, Bob. Oh, thank you, Anne. I really appreciate you being here for my first live. I I saw your first live as well, and that was really sweet and special. So, um, yeah, I was just sitting here going, why isn't Courtney on? Has anybody heard about that? And so I thought, I wonder if I could go live because I had tried it before and there's a waiting period or whatever. And so I checked into it again tonight and here we are. Oh, that's a good name for it. Hat Creek. Oh, you took care of the housework too? I'm sure you didn't cook anything, but no freaking show today. Yeah. She's got to get tired every once in a while. That's kind of sad. Um, oh, wow. That's a lot of doctors and nurses in New York. Oh, my goodness. That's crazy. Yeah, I know that it was really weird when I was watching it. I saw some actual video of some of the nurses. They were saying that they were refusing to leave because they technically weren't fired. And I don't know if that's the way to handle it, but not being technically fired, they felt like they had to fire him for a reason, and so I think they didn't want to say the word fire because they would be like able to sue if they were fired. Hello, country mama musing. How are you? Hi, Henry Black. How are you doing today? So, yeah, and the nurse was just like her and a couple other friends were just sitting in, and they couldn't log into their computers. They showed up for work and they were on the schedule, but they said that you are no longer welcome here at the hospital, and you have to go. And she goes, "Why? Give me my reason why." And they asked if she was fired, and they said they wouldn't say anything. They said you no longer work here. They couldn't say. They wouldn't say. They were refusing to say you are fired. So I just thought that was really interesting. Well, that's good in Washington. In Oregon, they're pushing everybody to get it. All the medical people. Um, so that's good that they're not pushing it too much there. Oh, I see. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they should be able to have the ability to collect unemployment. That makes a lot of sense. Sorry, my screen is so bad. I feel bad. If I knew I was going to do this when I sat down, I was looking for Courtney's live. I would have put a better picture. Um, wow, 10 people in here. Thank you guys for all coming. That's amazing. Um, that's wonderful. Yeah, my sister is um, an adult foster care worker in the state of Oregon, and they have told her that um, she has to get the shot as well. So, um, you know, I don't know, I don't know, um, and because I'm a foster care provider for children, they don't make me get it. So, um, I guess I'm thankful for that, but they're really starting to push it here. Um, they are pushing me to get it um, because I've had breast cancer in the past, and so they really want me to get it. And I just don't know how I feel about it. I just want it to be more proven. Let's just say that. Well, you know, a lot of information on this country mama. That's really interesting. I like that. I like that. That's funny. Only 23% of healthcare workers in Tennessee have got it. That's interesting. It's very interesting. I'm always surprised who chooses to get it and who doesn't choose to get it, um, and their reasons why. You know, it's really none of my business if you choose to get your um, the jibby jab or not. Um, that's but I should have a personal choice. That's all I believe. Oh, well, that's interesting. Backwood or back country mama. Sorry. My sister's an RN and has done a lot of research on it as well. Um, and I guess I don't understand. Um, you know, I understand how deadly it is, and I understand that it's real. Um, but I don't understand why they're rushing for something that's 99% survivable. That's interesting, Hat Creek. In my family, we have a lot of nurses, and the ones that really dig into all the nurses that work at home and are choosing not to get it. We have, I think there's 7 or 8 nurses in our family, and half of us have got it, and half of us don't have not got it. Um, so Hello, Gardener Josh. How are you doing today? It's good to see you in here. I don't know how I got onto this subject, but I guess it's really interesting to see how people feel about it. And I'm always surprised who chooses to get it and who doesn't. Again, I believe it's their own personal choice. I don't plan to get it either, and I'm going to fight for my foster child not to get it because he has a heart condition already. Um, that's great, Gardner Josh. Um, and my husband hasn't got it. My sister and my mom haven't got it. My mom's had COVID twice and survived it twice. She's a cancer survivor, breast cancer survivor as well. Um, and my sister's had it twice. Um, but they live in a home where they're exposed to a lot of friends and family in and out of the house a lot. We haven't got it here, not once. Um, so, oh, that's interesting, Garden Country Mama. Boy, you and I could really talk on this subject. I don't know why I'm talking about that. I try not to get political at all, even though I don't think this should be a political discussion. I really do not. I don't think it should be at all, um, because um, it should be peace. I guess we have had a death in our family from COVID, the Delta variant, and um, and it was a foster child of my sister's, and this um, she hadn't had the shot, and it was because and I was her guardian, and but I didn't make that choice. Her parents um, decided she would they never wanted her to have any shots ever in her life, and she was an adult, 28 years old, and she passed away from it. And this was a person that was very severely handicapped, couldn't even roll over by herself. So it kind of was not surprising that somebody would like that would pass away from something like this. And um, later on, we found out as we were going through her med lists and stuff like that, she had been the only person in the household who had died, well, who had gotten COVID in the house. The whole house had the Delta variant. She was the only person that got severely and died, and um, she wasn't taking vitamin D, and everybody else in the house was taking vitamin D. And we're talking 12 people, and she was the only one not on vitamin D. So um, I take and I have been taking my vitamin D and some other vitamins that they recommend, and I'm sure all of you guys can guess that since you guys seem to be well aware of um, how that works. Hello, Mountain Grandma. How are you today? It's good to see you in here. Oh, I see. Okay, backwoods law. That's interesting. Hi, Q. How are you? Hi, Browners Laws Hills. How is everybody? That's so great. You guys are all in here. I can't believe it. I'm not planning to do this on a regular Sunday night live. If I continue to do lives, I just thought I'd try it, and here I am. And I can't believe all you guys are in here. It's so nice. Wow, the chat is going fast. This is my first live queue. Welcome to my first live, everybody. I have never done it before. Wasn't planning to do it. I was on my computer in the office thinking I was going to get on Courtney's live because I didn't hear that she um, wasn't on here, and so I thought, oh, she's not on. I had put in to do a live a while back, and I thought maybe I could do a live. I don't know. And if I knew I was going to do this, I would have got better lighting because this is horrible. So I apologize to everybody. But it's really good to see everybody. I can see why people get StreamYard because I think it would be a lot funner to have a live where um, you can have other people participate, and so that's always nice. That's awesome that you're up editing. That's sweet. Country Mama. I I love your videos. Everybody go see Country Mama. I'm sure all of you guys know Country Mama. Everybody knows everybody, I believe, in here. You guys all have great channels and are always so fun to watch. Oh, hi Daz. How are you doing today? It's good to see you in here. I was we were actually talking about the jibber jab, and seeing you in here makes me think about what's going on in Australia, and you guys had that earthquake and just all the protests that are going on there. Daz, your country is on my heart a lot, and it's really good to see you in here. And I hope that you and all the other fellow Aussies are hanging in there. You guys are really on our hearts. So, um, and in our prayers, of course, Daz. Um, I liked your video that you did the other day of the fried rice. I had tried fried rice before and it turned out okay, but it was too sticky. And I love that um, you did you pre-cooked your fried rice before you did a stir fry with it. Hi, Stefan. How are you doing? Good to see you in here as well. Um, so yeah, that so I mean, I guess it's happening everywhere where there's seems to be a lot of protests going on. They're happening here in Oregon too, in Portland metro area downtown. Um, Anti-masks and all of that stuff. They're really pushing for all the kids in school to get the shot. In Oregon, one of the things that they're doing in the high schools is, and any kid above 14, is that they're incentivizing them by paying them to get the shot without their parents' permission. And so, um, and if you don't sign that you are against that, they will give your child a shot without your knowledge and without the jibby jab thing. So, um, yes, I believe in medical freedom too, country mama. Um, so I guess I have a little bit of an issue because they approached my nephew with that, and what kid doesn't like money, especially $100. That's a lot of money for um, you to get the shot, and it's not like the schools know if your child or that child is. It's not like they're looking through their medical records to see if that's okay for them to get that. I probably would too, Hat Creek. I probably would too. Um, so I'm sorry, your kids are distracting you. Wow, 6 kids, Daz. I knew you had a few kids, but I didn't know you had six. Wow, that's awesome. What an awesome family. Wife is out shopping. I bet you she's out shopping going, yeah, I'm free for a minute. I remember that's how I felt when we went out for the lockdowns. And then you get to the store and you're like, wow, it's so, you have to stand in line and just to even get into the store. Um, yeah, it's tough to even think about um, when you have, a 14 and above, and you're waving $100 in their face, and and all they tell you is it's no big deal, it's okay, it's just a little jab, you know. It well, let's just say I've been dealing with high blood pressure problems lately. And I don't know if that's why, but they're getting better. So I don't laugh at you, Uncle Al, either. I think I really have a lot of respect for you, and um, I think we laugh because I think you got to laugh. You got to laugh a little bit because this stuff is scary. It's scary stuff, no doubt. Um, so you know, um, when I look into when I've done my own research on it, one of the things that is immunity, especially people who've had it before, and when you look at history and how they've handled pandemics in the past, or things like that, they didn't go and make a shot right away for it. In fact, they were leery about getting a shot because when you create something so quickly, when something hasn't kind of run its course and people haven't built some kind of immunity up to it, that you putting a shot in there or something that would come against it would create more variances of that. And so that's one of the things that I have learned in my research on this subject. Wow, 12 people in here. That's awesome, guys. Thank you for coming in and giving me that thumbs up. That's awesome. So I totally believe that as well, Country Mama. You know, so um, you know, it's I'm totally on the same page there. Good night, Ann Dale. Yes, I have to get up early too, and you are way beyond. You're in a. I'm sure it's really, really late where you are. So good night, Ann Dale. Hello, Ginger Ninja. How are you? Thank you for coming in tonight. This is my first live. Welcome to it. I kind of accidentally had my first live and was not planning for this at all. That's awesome to know, country or mountain mama. Um, yeah, I think a lot more people on the same page with this thing, and I really don't think. I mean, it's hard because it's breaking up families, right? I have two. I have three children, and then my husband has a child, and um, we got married 3.5 years ago. Um, Two of my children have the shot, and or I shouldn't say that, should I? Jibby jab. Let's just say jibby jab. And two don't. So um, it's and with my two children that live in California and LA, I love them to death. But we just agree not to talk about this kind of stuff because they are so angry, um, very angry about people not getting it. Um, so I don't know what to say. It's very sad, and I don't know why you would be so angry. Yeah, I mean, it's their choice, Um, but I really hope people are doing their research on it because there's so much pressure, and I don't understand the pressure to get it when it's 99% survivable. Um, doesn't make sense, does it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mountain Mama. That's hard when your own parents aren't talking to you. Um, we have my nephew is like that. He kind of refuses to talk to me and my sister, and they blame me and my sister because I was the guardian of this adult who died, and my sister is the foster mom of the adult who died. They blame us for um, the passing of this person. Um, and we're talking about a very medically fragile person that can't even roll over. Um, so, yeah. And she was, the whole house was exposed to somebody who had the D variant, and that somebody had got it after they had the jibby jab. So, yeah, yeah. So, what do you say about that? The person who had it also got the next variant. They had the jibby jab. They got the next variant, and they um, exposed that foster home to it. Um, so, and now that person is blaming um, that foster parent for not making sure that that adult had the jibby jab. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry, Bob. A lot of the teachers who got the second jibby jab got very sick here. Um, but I'm sad. That's sad. It was painful, and she laughed at you. Not very nice. Um, when this person passed away in the hospital, um, I've shared this story with some people in the poop troopers, anyways. When she went to the hospital, they treated her extremely poorly because she had not gotten the jibba jab. In fact, they called me to because I was guardian of this person. They called me to find out what I wanted to do, how I wanted to handle um, this situation, meaning, do I want, the ventilator and all of that stuff? And um, they asked me if she had had the jibby jab, and I told them no. And the doctor literally yelled at me and said, "How dare you expose my medical team to this patient?" And um, I was like, okay, well, do you want to hear what we have as a protocol for this person? And he hung up on me. And so, not very fun at all. That's funny, Beckwoods. It is scary times when you have to worry about that. Wow. Peggy's homestead. Wow. That's incredible. I see. I yeah, I about mom. I had to give that one to God in a big way. um, yeah, my mom went to the same hospital and she was treated very badly. Um, my mom lives next door to the household and was exposed to the same virus at the same time and the same variant. And she went to that same hospital and was treated very poorly as well. And was sent home with 2 Tylenol. And she had the worst sore throat in her lifetime. And um, her oxygen level was low, and she was sent home and was told nothing about what she needed to do to take care of herself. Um, they just gave her the test, told her that she had the D variant, and sent her on her way. Not even giving her any kind of medication for her sore throat. Yeah, that's a good question, Country Mama. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think that's very interesting, Country Mama, that you have to go to a sick clinic, that you can't go to your doctor. Um, I've been, I, I've been dealing with high blood pressure, and of course, I have all the equipment here, doing what I do for a living, basically nursing. Um, and so I've been watching my blood pressure because it's been not good at all, and trying to take care of myself. And so I've changed a lot of things in my diet and all kinds of stuff. And I'm feeling a lot better. My blood pressure is in a really good range now, but I really had to watch it. And I did not want to go into you know, it's like I could go into my doctor in, I mean, it was like a month away. I could go to my doctor, but only for a video visit. Um, and they otherwise I could go to the, and we have Kaiser. I could go to the urgent care clinic. That was my other option, because it couldn't get me in um, for a month. And our urgent care clinic, which they used to do this outside, and I don't understand why they're doing it inside when it's more deadly than it was ever. Um, and anyways, so hey, free handling maid. How are you doing today? Sorry, not a good thing to talk about or to do when you're talking about this. So, anyways, so I'm doing a lot better, and um, now I'm wondering if I even need to go into my doctor. Um, Taking, just a baby aspirin every day and just treating myself with the knowledge that I have. Thank God I have some knowledge on medical knowledge and what to do, um, and totally changing my diet and doing a lot of research. So, um, um, so um, what else can we talk about? You guys are really on this subject, and that's great. Yeah, you've been sick for a while, haven't you, Country Mama, for a bit with your asthma, and then you had that coughing fit, and you were worried about getting pneumonia. Um, you've been on my thoughts and prayers a lot, and so, um, which I do believe in that. Q, I do take all of those things as well. I take C, D, and zinc um, with my all my regular. The thing is, you do have to take quite a bit of that stuff just to. I'm sure you're all well aware. Take those vitamins. Like I said again, the only person that passed away in that home full of people was the only one that wasn't on a vitamin D regimen. Zinc. I'm still doing some research on zinc. I am taking zinc, but I think there needs to be some other supportive systems to make the zinc get into your cells. Well, um, so topic change. I'm trying. I don't know if this is a good topic for YouTube. I don't know. Am I going to get busted and they're going to start? I mean, they already take away subscribers every once in a while from my channel, right? And I think they do that to everybody, um, right? I know that it seems like every time I get up to a rounded number, like when I got up to 100 and when I got up to 200, and then it changed again, and so it seemed like I would just get up there and then lose some subscribers. But it's getting better as I go up. Yeah, Ginger Ninja, I'm sorry about that. I, and I've gone back and I've checked on people. I'm like, I haven't seen that person's video in a while, and I'll go back and I'll look at their videos, and I'm unsubscribed. I'm like not getting the note because whenever like all you guys, if I hit that notification bell and all of that stuff, and I find that um, uh, I'm not subscribed sometimes, and that really stinks. Um, so it's hard. You're eating mushrooms. Bob's eating mushrooms with leftover dinner. What are you eating with the mushrooms, Bob? I like mushrooms and steak myself with some caramelized onions or some I don't I'm gonna have to make I have so much in the cupboard. But I'll have to make some um, onion jam. Um, um, Country Mama knows what I'm talking about. Just some really yummy almond onion jam. I love it on steak as well. It's really, really good on steak and hamburgers and stuff. Stuffed mushrooms, ha ha ha. Okay, yum. Stuffed mushrooms, that sounds delicious. I had a nice big salad for dinner. I was being such a good girl. And my husband's trying to kill me. He made what did he make? Why am I drawing a blank? It had all kinds of sausage, and he made gumbo for dinner. And I'm like, okay, this has sausage in it, and then you're putting steak, different different kinds of all high salty meat in it. I'm like, you trying to kill me or what? What are you doing? Stop doing that. And he's such a great cook. Trying to share I'm trying to get him to write down his recipes, but he's one of those just throw everything into a pot and it always turns out so good. And I've had to learn how to cook because my mom was not a good cook. And so, but I love baking. So I do a lot of baking. And so he does the cooking. I cook. I can cook. I can follow a recipe like nobody else. But I'm pretty good at baking. That seems to be my niche, making bread and goodies and things. Hence why I need to be on a diet. My garden is good. Still got tomatoes. My tomatoes look so good this year. But we have had hardly any rain this year. Um, so I couldn't imagine being in a place where it doesn't rain a whole lot. We still haven't had a lot of rain, which is really weird because usually by this time it's raining quite a bit. We are going to have some rain next week. Um, and I mean, things were turning yellow, which for our area doesn't happen very often. Um, and it got so hot this summer that we had, the evergreen foliage on our trees was burnt. So it was just really, really dry this year. But had a lot of really good growth. I have loofah gourds all of a sudden starting to come out, and I'm like, okay, I hope these really grow and get really big because I really want loofah gourds. And they are like running all over my tomatoes and grabbing onto everything. It's like the loofah gourd is taking over my 200 square foot garden. I have 200 square feet on like one side of the house, and on the other side, I have just some big planters that I have laying out, and I've got strawberries and blueberries, mixed in with my flowers and stuff like that. And um, just got a lot of got a plum tree and a pear tree. The pear tree produces amazingly every year. Um, and we don't do anything to it. Don't spray it. Don't do anything to it. Totally organic. Um, so we put a lot of pears up this year. So it's nice. Yeah, I hope to get at least a couple big loofahs. I would love to get tons of them, right? Wouldn't everybody? But at least a couple so that I can have some for next year. Um, and hopefully, when I move to Tennessee, they'll grow better. Or even Eastern Oregon, where they have pretty dry, hot summers too. And I know that the loofah gourds really like a longer summer, and we just happen to have one this year. So hopefully they they will get some nice big loofahs. I tried them the year before, and it just got eaten up by bugs. So I organically garden, so it's not very uncommon for that to happen. Um, Even though and last year it was really hard to fight the bugs too because when you organically garden, that the stuff that you put on that's organic just gets washed away in the rain, and so I had to deal with that a lot last year. Um, my tomatoes got rained on a lot, and so did everything else. And um, I love growing tomatoes. Have a big harvest every year of tomatoes. So it's exciting. I do dehydrate some, not very often. I did dehydrate my sourdough starter. Um, And that is so simple, guys. I don't know if you guys do sourdough. Love making sourdough bread. Um, I'm not making it right now because I really like my sourdough bread recipe is like sandwich bread recipe, and so I make it for my husband for work, but it's really delicious. It's like something you get at a deli, and I absolutely love eating it. And I do make other, yeast breads. I make something that's like a Dave's Killer bread. Um, but I dehydrated my sourdough starter this year and put it in food saver bags and extracted the air. So if I ever mess up on my sourdough, or like right now, I'm not making a lot. So if my sourdough goes bad, I always have backup. And so I think I'll be doing that, um, at least twice a year, maybe putting some sourdough starter for backup and then throwing the old away, just so that I always have it on hand, because yeast is kind of unpredictable. It can go bad really easy. So if you can't get it in the store for some reason, um, it's, you know, so I need to do a video of reactivating that sourdough starter. And the sourdough starter that I did on my channel, I replaced my old sourdough starter with that starter, because that new sourdough starter is really, really strong. So um, I that's the only thing I dehydrated this year. Trying to think. So I don't dehydrate a lot. I should try that more. Freehandly made. Good night. You have to get up at 6 a.m. as well. So do I. But you're a little. Actually, I should probably end the chat soon here, guys. It's really nice, and hey, Dolise, Homestead, thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. I've been up for an hour, and this is my first time. So hopefully I can get StreamYard or something like that, and have some lives with some friends in it. And I thank you guys for all coming out and supporting me. And that's amazing. Poop Troops Unite. Blessings to all you guys, and thank you so much for coming out. And it really means a lot to me. I was shocked and surprised, and really thank you guys for your blessings. All right. Goodbye.